guys, and welcome back again to Simple Art for Adults. I've had a couple of requests for coloring tutorials and just like coloring videos. And I know a lot of people like to watch those. I do too. I'm lucky enough that I have a smartphone and a smart TV, so I can go get in bed at night and pull up, one of my favorite colorists and stream it to my 55 screen TV and just lay there and watch it until I doze off, and I do that a lot. Unfortunately, I'm not quite ready for that yet. I'm still in the process of kind of showing everybody how I like to do things, and that's kind of where I'm going to go with this video. I have not pre-planned this video in any way, so this may end up being some rambling, but we're going to try to stick to basics. I use colored pencils. It's my favorite medium. I also use some standard chalk pastels that I picked up at Hobby Lobby for, I don't know, I think they were like $5 or something. Just this little package of pastels. Just primary colors, you can get a lot of use out of these, and we'll go into how I do these on another video. But for the most part, it's all about colored pencils. In the last video, we took a look at this page in Imagimorphia. That is a pair of lovely swans. I'm not sure why my lighting keeps deciding it doesn't want to do what it's supposed to. But so I've, you can see I've gotten some coloring done up here, and I filled in a few of the little light pink spots. So basically what I wanted to do is just go over like my basic techniques for coloring really quickly. And at the end of this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the really quick time-lapse video that I made while I was doing this little bit of work. So basically, what all this boils down to is you want to, as soon as I can zoom in and get a decent focus, we'll see if I can. That's about as good as it's going to get. You want to start with a pencil that is relatively sharp, right? So here's my Deco Pink, which is what I've been, or Deco Peach. Or was it? Wait a second. See, now I can't even remember. I'm all messed up here. It was Deco Peach that I have been using for this. So, as soon as I locate it again. No, actually, I was right. It is a Deco Peach. There it is. Alright, so basically that's what I've been doing in these little areas that you can see. When I color, I typically start with a sharp pencil. I seem to have moved my pencil sharpener somewhere else for the time being, so we're not going to go there right now. Oh, no, there it is. When I sharpen pencils, this one's a little dirty, especially Prismacolor pencils, you don't ever want to feed these to an electric sharpener. That's just bad news. They're really soft. The electric sharpener is just going to eat it. So I go with one of these babies. This is one that came in my set of Marco Renoir pencils. So I hold the pencil in my dominant hand, the sharpener in my non-dominant hand. So I'm right-handed, so the sharpener is in my left hand. And basically, I'm just going to turn the sharpener, holding the pencil steady. And this is how you get nice soft Prismacolor, good and sharp, without breaking it, which is a good thing to know. So this is the way you always want to do that. Then when I'm coloring, a lot of people hold the pencil way down here and they go to town. For Prismacolors, the best way to get the absolute best results with these is to use a lot of really light layers. So if you're not a patient person and you're not really willing to work at getting the best possible results, colored pencils probably aren't the medium for you. So holding your pencil up here, which is basically in the middle, what you're going to do is you're going to find your area, and I've already been over this, but I'll go over it again. You're just going to put your tip down, and you're going to go in really small circles. Just like that. You're going to go over the whole entire area very slowly with very light pressure, barely resting the pencil on the page until you have a very light layer of color. Something else to keep in mind, there are other pages in this book. So if you press down, you're going to put dents in the other pages. If there would have happened to been color here and I'm coloring on this side, I'm going to force that color down in the other page. So I always take a nice thick sheet of cardstock and I put it behind the page that I am currently working on, just to prevent any of that from happening. Now, another thing that I do, because soft pencils and other mediums do have a tendency to kind of smear and stick to your hand, is I'll take a piece of paper just like this, right? And I'll lay it down where my hand is going to be resting. I'll just be back here. And then I'll just continue doing what I was doing. Just like this. And this way I don't have to worry about damage to the page below this one. I don't have to worry about forcing the color from that page into any other pages. And I can just carry on. And that's pretty simple. These also make pretty good bookmarks. You just stick your page in there when you're finished, so that you remember exactly where you were. Let me zoom out on this some. So when you finish working on your picture for the day, you put this page here and you flip it over, and then you're all set to go the next time. This cool little lap desk was a gift from my boyfriend also. I picked this up at Best Buy. I think it was like $25. I like this. It has up here like a little, it's supposed to be a place to put your cell phone, right? So like if I wanted to color and watch YouTube videos, I could put my phone there. Typically what I use it for is, let's say that I'm using all the colors in the pink family that I picked out earlier. I can just set them in there. And so that way I know that's the family I'm currently working with. I have this nice little elastic strap over here, which comes in pretty handy. So if I knew I was going to use this color next, I just slide it in there. It's got like a nice tilted, so it's like an easel, and it brings things closer to me. It's also comfortable if I want to take it to bed and sit it on my lap. So this is what I use for that. Yeah, everything here is pretty simple. You know, I don't have a whole lot of fancy stuff for coloring. I just try to make it as comfortable as I possibly can and as convenient as I possibly can. And that's pretty much it. That's like all the tips I have. Just remember that when we discussed having, you know, different colors, if you can see the difference in these, you'll notice that in a few spots I've got, I can show you, like in some of these areas, the colors are really light. And that's only because I've only been over it once with my Deco Peach. And that's just a really light layer, as light as I can possibly get it. This spot here actually contains all three of the colors that I chose for this particular project. So I have my Deco Peach, my pink, and my the processed red that I picked. So all of those are in here. And then when I was finished, I went back with the Prismacolor Colorless Blender, which is right here. The tip was white. It looks white, but there's actually no color in here. So basically all you're doing is, this is like it's a medium that has wax in it, but no color. So what it does is blends out all the little harsh lines so that you get a nice smooth transitional effect. This is probably my best friend. I don't like to use solvents or anything in my coloring books. I know a lot of people mention paint thinners and Gamsol. Those just freak me out really bad in coloring books, so I tend to stay away from them. But yeah, this pencil right here, really light pressure. This is about 8 different layers of color, where I just kept blending and blending and blending and blending, and then I went back over with this pencil. So I did record like a quick tutorial, like a quick time-lapse video of coloring in all these little peach pieces and then finishing this piece over here. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do that now so you guys can see how it's done. If I get more time, I'd really like to do some more videos like these. The whole thing is that trying to find the time to do a really long one is not always possible, but we'll see what we can do. All right, so stay tuned, and here comes the quick little time lapse so you can see how I did all this.